Yo, what's good with you? Back in black with another Modern Warfare 2 video. If you guys are new to the channel and you love shooting games just like me, make sure you aim for that like button and shoot that subscribe button as well. It'll help you find better teammates and it'll improve your skill-based matchmaking because, it's Call of Duty, man. Do I really need to say anything else? We all know as soon as you start doing any type of good in this game, that junk will kick in and ruin your experience. So anything we can do to mitigate that, which will definitely include subscribing to my channel, you should definitely do it. And it'll help you find better teammates, like I said. But anywho, let's get into the video. I got a little bit of a gameplay commentary for you guys. So first things first, we are obviously here playing on Zarqwa Hydroelectric. What I gotta say about this map is that it is definitely top 3 as far as the game is concerned, but I know that's not really saying a whole bunch considering that we only had like 10 maps to begin with, and 2 of those got taken out because of legal troubles, and they're like constantly being added in and taken out due to Activision not being able to seek permission before they make a map based on a certain location. And that junk is kind of disappointing to me because you would think working on this game for 3 years with 3,000 developers you could churn out more than 10 maps, but hey, what do I know? I guess a lot of the resources go into making it look super realistic and like a one-to-one representation instead of being creative and coming up with something brand new like they do usually in old games of the past, like maybe, I don't know, the original Modern Warfare 2, which, if I'm being quite frank, had I don't know, maybe like 80% of the maps were good except for Derailed? Was it Derailed? It's the snow map, the giant snow map they had in MW2. I hated that map, and maybe Downturn. Downturn was kind of trash too. But other than that, I mean, all the maps are good. In this game, on the other hand, we only got 10 maps, and 2 of them, like I said, are already kind of trash. But on the bright side, this is not one of them. Like I said, this is definitely top 3. What I really appreciated about it is that it's still small and confined, so you don't really feel like you're on a huge map. I guess you could consider it medium-sized. Another thing I really appreciate about this map is that it's pretty much the only map in 6v6 multiplayer that, tries to utilize the water features that are new and improved and actually being implemented into this game. You can use the water to get some really good flanks off, which you can see this guy trying to do it right here, and it didn't necessarily work out in his favor. But if you do it at the right time and maybe against somebody who isn't me, or anybody who's good for that matter, you can pull it off and get a good flank going. Switching over, and let's talk about the gun. What I'm obviously, the topic of this video, I'm using the M4 carbine, the gold M4 carbine, not just any gold M4 carbine. This is Captain Price's M4 carbine in particular. Very, very unique setup, and I think this is a red dot sight that you can only get by using this variant in particular. Not that I paid for this variant, of course. I'm sure that's going to be a lot of paid DLC gun packs coming later, but you get this by completing the campaign. So for anybody out there who has not completed the campaign yet, I would highly recommend it because you get a very, very good versatile weapon. Not that the base M4 isn't good or versatile, but like I said, it's Captain Price, bro. He's not going to choose bad attachments for his gun. And I'm pretty sure in this gameplay, the only thing I might have changed on it was the foregrip to the FSS shark fin for more aiming stability. But that's neither here nor there. The good thing about the M4 is that it's one of those guns where you can put multiple setups of attachments on it and it'll be good regardless. One, because the maps aren't that big, and 2, it's an M4. Like, can you name me one Call of Duty that the M4 has not been good in? I can't think of one off the top of my head. It's been good since like 2009 or 2007 in COD 4. It's been one of my go-to weapons that long, and it's crazy because it wasn't even that good in original Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, but it was still nice. And even back then you could only put 1 attachment on it. Now you can put 5 attachments on a gun that was already good by default, and I don't know, it's a really good gun. I will say that much. I will say another thing about this gameplay is that you see me out over here going off and whatnot with the super fast aim down sight time. I would really recommend not putting long range barrels on your weapon unless you're going to play invasion or ground war, because the way the maps are set up, you really don't need to. And you know, as long as what you really want to focus your gun on is aim down sight time and aiming stability. Those two things seem to be the most important, considering that you don't have a lot of aiming stability by default when you like first equip a gun. So yeah, that's definitely what I would try to put some of my stat building into. Just try to get a good aim down sight time. And you know what's crazy? Like, this red dot sight is very unique. It looks like the one that was actually from the old Call of Duties. Like, I guess you couldn't choose it in multiplayer because they only gave you that flat red dot sight that kind of like sat on the front end of the gun. But this one is like a tubular like cylinder, which again, if you played the old Call of Duties, like old Call of Duty 4, it does look very familiar and reminiscent. So I do appreciate them taking liberties to like kind of do some callbacks to the old school, like the way the guns looked before. But again, that's neither here nor there. I feel like I'm going off on a tangent. Oh yeah, I remember what I was talking about. I was talking about how good the M4 is and how the experience was getting this gun gold. One of the main things that I really do appreciate about Call of Duty, or this Call of Duty in particular, is how that, you know, they've kind of taken their time, I guess, as far as like crafting each gun, because they all feel very usable for the most part, and you're not necessarily at a huge disadvantage unless there's like, maybe there's like a couple of guns that you could use that will put you at a major disadvantage, but for the most part, all of these guns are pretty well balanced. And of course, seeing how the M4 is the pinnacle of all assault rifles for the most part, aside from the AK-47, you can kind of just imagine how good it would be, especially considering it's the first gun assault rifle in the game. So usually with Call of Duty, the first gun that you can get your hands on, or whatever is available to you as soon as you go into a created class menu, that gun 9 times out of 10 is going to be decent, if not one of the best guns in the game. I think they've been doing that for a long time, making the first gun really good. So anybody who picks up the game for the first time already kind of is being, you know, what's the word I want to use, ushered into using a really good gun. So all that being said, the M4 is pretty godly. You know, it's crazy. I was talking to my friend yesterday and he was saying that the M4 is not a good gun, and I'm like, yo, I have literally never heard that opinion in my life. Like, again, like, let me know down in the comment section, have any of you guys ever used the M4 and thought like, wow, this gun is like really bad in any Call of Duty? I literally cannot think of one where the default de facto US assault rifle was considered bad. Maybe, I guess it used to be the M16 back in the day. Like, the M16 used to be really good, but if you use the M16 in this game, whew, I mean, I'm not going to say too much about it because I do want to make a video on it later. What I would like to do is that I would like to make a video for every single gun. So every gun that I get gold, I do want to make a commentary about it, obviously, starting with the M4 carbine right now. And you see, I was doing so good with it and I already had it gold at this point. So after busting their ass for like pretty much 3/4 of the game, I decided like, yo man, this is a little too easy. Let me use something else that is not as good, switching to the Scar L. But yeah, I don't know, my experience getting the M4 carbine gold was like really satisfying. Like, at no point did I feel like I was using a gun that needed to be tuned. Even when it was base model, I was still whooping everybody's ass. So it's like, you know, long story short, one of the first guns I would definitely recommend trying to get gold is the M4 carbine. You can't go wrong with it. Really fast fire rate, really good damage and time to kill, especially if you're hitting like the upper chest in the head. It might take an extra shot here or there if you're shooting them in the legs or the arms or what have you. I'm pretty sure it's a 3 to 5 shot kill kind of weapon. So yeah, I mean, if you got good aim, you got good reaction time, you play on PC getting extra frames. This is like the first Call of Duty that I bought on PC, and I have really been enjoying the frames so far. I guess you could say I recently became a PC gamer. I normally play on PS5, but man, playing at 160 plus frames per second, and using a really good gun like the M4 carbine on top of that, you can just really notice the compounding effect that it has on your gameplay. And I'm sure you guys can see it right here. This isn't even like me doing really good. I think I dropped like 66 kills the other day using the M4 carbine. So I don't know, man, like really, this is just a gameplay commentary, marveling at how good the M4 carbine is. If you know anybody who doesn't like this gun, you should slap him outside the head. But neither here nor there. Let me know what you guys think about the M4 carbine down in the comment section below. I do appreciate you guys for watching, And I hope you, not necessarily that you learned anything good, but I hope you enjoyed the gameplay and enjoyed the look at that gold M4. Definitely go for it, and it's a good way to start going for what's called Orion, getting them platinum assault rifles. Really fun. Have a good day.